guys. Haven't seen y'all in a little bit. I've been busy, really busy, but I have a mic, so I don't have to talk that loud or try to do other stuff. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Anyway, so today's video is going to be about a true crime case. And today we're going to be talking about Alianna Defreeze. She was a 14-year-old girl who got murdered. So Alianna Defreeze was the daughter of Damien Defreeze and Donisha Cooper. I'm going to put all the names right here in the pictures and everything. So the two parents wasn't together, but they did raise Alianna in two separate households, co-parenting, of course. And so Donisha Cooper, she was afraid of having her daughter ride the bus to school. But of course, there were some complications. Her daughter ride the bus to school. And every parent's worst nightmare came true when Alianna didn't come home from school that day. So Alianna was in 7th grade and she attended the Village Prep in Woodland Hills, Cleveland, Ohio. And she had a learning disability, I believe. If not, I'll put it right up here. But she had a disability, and I'll put where the disability is right here. And this day was just like any other day of her going to school. On January 26, 2017, everything would change for the worst. Her mother was concerned that she didn't come home from school, so she called her stepmom, Tanya, and asked her did they pick her up from school because she never came home. When the stepmom said no, she immediately hung up and called the school to see if her daughter went to school. And the school said that she never came to school, which is, if a child never comes to school, you're supposed to call the parents. In Ohio, I'll get to that in the end, but when a child don't come to school, they're supposed to notify the parents and tell them that their child didn't come to school. And she didn't even realize she didn't go to school until 4 p.m. in the afternoon when school is out, and she never came home. But anyway, she called the school and they said that she never came to school that day, which is a parent's worst nightmare when they find out that their kid never went to school and never came home. So, yeah. So the mother, knowing what she's knowing, she called the police to report her daughter missing. So the investigators start looking for her. They went to retrace her steps. And so they found out that she took the RTA city bus, I believe it was. And thankfully they had a camera in the bus so they'll know who she was talking to, who she was interacting with that day. And they watched intently, very, very intently, very zoned in. And they noticed she get on the bus with a boy who also went to the school that she went to. And they was talking, laughing, but then Alianna, she got off the bus without him. So they knew that he had nothing to do with it. But she did get off the bus, the first one. And I'm sorry, the boy didn't go to her school, but he was a student and they knew each other well. But the investigators found that she takes 2 buses to school. So they looked on the other camera on the other bus, and they found that she went on that bus as well. And this bus usually drops her off right in front of the school, but this day it didn't. And she got off prematurely. She got off a little ways from the school. And she got off and she started walking down this sidewalk where she got startled by this man. And before she got there, they saw another camera also on this man, and they figured out who the man was, and he was walking back and forth on this sidewalk. He was walking back and forth before she even got there. So when I'll try to find some videos and put him here and try to do it, but the way that she was walking, and he startled her. You could see, if I could put the video in there, you could see that she got startled and backed up a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm skipping over a lot of stuff. But before they, search more of the video footage on the streets and everything, 3 days has went past and they have not found her. And they was looking near the area, and they found this abandoned building that was black and white. I'm gonna put a picture right here, but a black and white building that was boarded from the outside. Like somebody didn't want people to know what was going on inside. So they investigated and they went inside the house, but some detectives were still at their place going through all the footage and everything, where she was last seen and everything like that. When they investigated this house, they found that a back door was open. So they went through the back door. It was a dining room, and it had blood on the floor that led to another room, but the door was closed. So they went into another room, and they they opened the room door, and they found a body in the corner with nothing on and only the socks on. So within minutes, the word spread around that they found a body inside the abandoned building, and it went back to her father and her stepmother, and they went to the scene where it was already filled with police officers and stuff like that. They would not let them in. Sorry, I'm going so fast, but they would not let them in. But they knew in their hearts that it was their daughter, and eventually it was their daughter that was in the building. And this is so freaking sad, but they found out it was her daughter, and the way that they found her body, it was covered in blood, and it was shriveled up inside a corner, and it only had socks on. Warning: this is not going to be in detailed, but the things that I'm about to say might disgust you and everything like that. So, warning: if you don't want to hear about this part, you can skip. But I'm finna go into detail. So they found a bunch of weapons that were used to kill and torture the girl, and Alianna Defreeze, torture her and kill her. So a box cutter was slashed her neck. Something else, I believe it was something to puncture holes in her cheek. Then it was a wound that was around her eye and popped her eye socket out. Sorry, but I gave you a warning. But yes, pop her eye socket out. she was sexually assaulted in this, and they also found on her body that some of her wounds was starting to heal. So that means that he did this hours before she was eventually killed. Of course, torturing her and everything like that. Her face, she was brutally tortured that you couldn't even recognize her face. And yeah, it was just horrible. So the investigators went back to the CCTV footage and everything and went through everything. They found on the CCTV footage that she was walking from the second bus that she got off. She was walking and she got startled. Back to what I said, she got startled by this man. She continued on to walking and he followed her and he grabbed her, dragged her eventually to the house where everything happened. Okay, going back to the CCTV footage where they found the man, and hours before he came in contact with her, and they found the man to be identified as Christopher Whitaker. But Christopher Whitaker, and he was a convicted felon, but that apparently could live among the society. Crazy. But yeah, Whitaker, apparently when he got arrested, he didn't want his face in the news, saying that he blacked out because of drugs and he wasn't a monster. Anyway, so he was found guilty. He was found guilty and he was sentenced to death and 48 years in prison. He was 10 counts of, this stuff. I'm sorry if this is my first true crime case, so hopefully I get better as time go along and stuff like that. But yeah, that is the story of Alianna Defreeze. May she rest in peace. And it's just crazy how people can just take an innocent life. Anyway, y'all like my lashes? I got them done yesterday. I used to get my lashes done all the time, but I stopped and had my lashes, took a little break because I have a lot of lashes. My lashes are short, but I have a lot of them. Yeah, that's the end. I'm finna go eat, and all this that I'm saying, I got off the internet. So if y'all want to go and search it up yourselves, you can. Please subscribe, like, and comment down below and share this video. If there's anything else y'all want to see, just let me know. Until then, I will see y'all in the next video.